What's up, YouTube? This is Red Zone 101. Got a quick video for you. I'm gonna try to keep it quick. Um, Hope everyone's doing well out there. It's a beautiful day in Detroit, Michigan. It's like 67 degrees, almost 70. And this is nice compared to the weather we have been having. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately. Um, First of all, I'm not a lawyer. Um, I'm not a professional when it comes to firearms, what have you, but I've got a lot of experience. Not a novice either. I wanted to talk about my concept of self-defense. Um, I've talked about using things like your Burner HD launcher for self-defense, which is non-lethal, which is a great non-lethal option for those that don't want to carry a firearm. I've talked about some of my favorite firearms to carry. This is a little 380 that I have, a Ruger RM 380, and really works well. It's not loaded. There we go. Wife just pulled up. Hello, babe. Doing a quick video. Well, like I said, I want to talk to you about my concept of self-defense. And as I said, I'm not a lawyer or what have you, but this is what I think of when I think of self-defense. Um, First of all, number one, I pray. The moment I get up, I pray, Lord, help me through the day. That's how I start. Number one. Now, those of you that don't believe, okay, that's you, but this is what I do. Because I know that even though this is reliable, 380 is very effective for self-defense. This is man-made. This can fail. Um, I know even though my burner, unlike some people have had some bad experiences, mine has been flawless, works great. But again, I know this is man-made. This can fail. So I don't put my faith in those. I put my faith in God. When I say God, I'm talking about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to preach to you, but this is what I believe. So that's how I start. I pray, God, just help me through the day. Once I do that, I do everything in my power to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to help me, help my family, to get through the day also, to protect me and my family. So when I think about self-defense, I don't think you have to have a hand cannon. I don't think you have to have a 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 500, this or that, or what have you. Um, when I think about self-defense, I'm not trying to terminate the person that's attacking me or that's attacking my family. Now, granted, in a self-defense situation, that can occur. But my goal is to have the person to have a change in attitude, a change in direction to someone said it really well once on the net. I'm trying to remember exactly. Um, It'll come back to me. I'm trying to stop the threat. And stopping the threat, thank you, sweetheart, doesn't necessarily mean to terminate this threat. Okay? So I might not need as much force as a police officer or someone in law enforcement that's not only trying to stop the threat, but they're trying to detain the threat. My thing is to get the person to stop doing whatever they're doing. If they're attacking me or getting ready to attack me, if they've got their hands on me, to make a break in contact. That is my goal. Um, and if that can be accomplished, let's give you a good example. Let's say somebody is walking towards me, they've got a baseball bat, and I just say stop. If that person stops, okay, there's no need for me to draw a weapon. There's no need for me to resort to physical contact. There's no more threat. Now, don't get me wrong. I just don't say stop like, hey, stop. I say it so that the person knows, like I might say stop, but if he continues, I might say stop. In other words, I'm being more aggressive now. Okay, I'm taking a stance. I said stop. I want you to stop what you're doing. And if they stop, then as I said, there's no need to draw your weapon. There's no need to draw your burner. If the person turns around and walks, that's the end of the situation. Now, if the person continues and I say stop, my hand is out and I say stop, now I'm reaching for my firearm, especially if I see that they've got a baseball bat, they've got a knife, or if they are reaching for a firearm. Okay? So if the person, when they see me put my hand like on my firearm, and normally at this point, I've lifted up my shirt because it's concealed, and I've got my hand on it. It's not drawn yet. But if the person sees that and they stop and they turn around and walk away, that's the end of it. Okay? There's no need to draw my weapon at that point. This is my mindset, okay? Now, if the threat continues, meaning I say stop, I roll, I roll up my shirt like on my side, I put my hand like on my weapon, and I'm like, stop. If the person continues, at that point, and let's say that they've got a weapon, I know they're coming to hurt me. This isn't just a verbal confrontation. At that point, they're coming towards me, they got a weapon, I'm in imminent danger. In other words, this person is about to seriously harm me or else kill me. At that point, I'm drawing my firearm. Now, as I said, it's not loaded. I'm drawing my firearm. I'm like, and then I'll issue another command. I said stop! At that point, if the person stops, turns around, runs, walks away, whatever, there's no need to shoot. You've stopped the threat. Okay? So, and that's why I said it's good to practice. Um, I practice constantly. Living in the area that I'm in can be rough. It used to be a lot rougher than what it is now. It's night and day compared to what it used to be. I mean, we're talking drug houses here, there, uh, a lot of bad people walking up and down the street. And when I say bad, I'm talking really bad. So I had to make sure that I was able to protect me and my wife. So that's why I practiced the way that I did. Anyway, going, uh, going, going back to, if the threat stops at that point, if the threat stops, I'm drawing like my weapon. Threat stops, walks away. There's no need to shoot. Okay, that's the end of the confrontation. Now, if the threat continues to come towards me, I've said stop, my weapon's drawn, the person has a gun, the person has a knife, they're coming towards me, and they're about to hurt me, about to hurt my wife. At that point, if I have to fire, I'm going to fire, whether I'm using a firearm or else whether I'm using my Burner HD launcher. Okay? Now I've got other firearms. I'm just using that one on me. I mean that one today because that's the one that I have on me. That's a 380. I've got 9mm. I've got others. But if I have to fire, at that point, whether it's a firearm, I fire. Boom. Whether it's my burner, I fire. Boom. I hit him in the chest with one of those pepper rounds. If the person stops, whether they fall to the ground or else whether they turn around and run, there's no reason to continue to fire. Okay? Now, if they don't fall the first time and I have to fire multiple shots because the person has a knife, they're coming at me. Here, let me demonstrate for a minute. I normally have a pocket knife on me. The person has a knife and they're coming at me still. I fired one shot, boom. They didn't stop and they're coming at me. At that point, I am going to fire until the person is no longer a threat, whether it's with my firearm or whether it's with my burner. In other words, until the person stops advancing. If they turn around and run, okay, I quit firing. If the person falls to the ground, I don't take my firearm as they're on the ground and continue to fire. Boom, 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 boom. I don't take my burner, even though it's non-lethal, and continue to fire. Boom, 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 boom. Because at that point, the person is no longer a threat. If the person turns their back after raising a knife to you and they run and you're firing at their back, boom, 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 guess who's in trouble at that point? You are. Because the person now is no longer a threat. You weren't in imminent danger at that point. The person turned and ran. So see, this is my thought pattern or else my way of thinking when it comes to self-defense, okay? The bottom line is I want the person to quit advancing, okay? I want the person to make a break in contact. And doing so, that doesn't mean you have to terminate the threat. And I hear so many times when people talk about, yeah, shoot them and make sure they don't get back up. That is a bunch of bull. I'm going to tell you right now, that is the wrong kind of an attitude to have when it comes to self-defense. Again, you're only trying to deter, number one, to deter or stop the threat. Deter, when I said stop, and if the person stops, no longer a threat. If I have to draw my firearm because the person has a knife, they're continuing to come at me after I said stop. If they turn around and run, once I draw my firearm to protect myself, I don't fire because the person is no longer a threat. You're trying to eliminate the threat. Forget all that macho BS you hear other people talk about. True self-defense, you don't want to actually ever have to use this except at a range, for target practice or else just for fun plinking. And the same thing with your burner. Even though it's non-lethal, this can do a lot of damage. You put these rounds in the right place, in the chest. Even the leg. A leg shot is going to really hurt with it. It's going to make a mark. And Lord forbid that you hit somebody like in the facial area. Even though it's non-lethal, it's probably not going to penetrate. It's going to it's going to hit you like getting punched in the face really hard. And I don't know if any of you have ever been sucker punched. Let me tell you, it's no joke. So anyway, I know summer's coming, and from what I can see, I got a feeling it's going to be a rough one. You got a lot of people that are angry. You got a lot of people that are scared. You got a lot of people that are desperate. These are some trying times. So I want everyone to be safe out there. I want you to practice good self-defense techniques, not that macho garbage you see other people talking about. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional. This is just my opinion. And I think it's a good one. So on that note, I want to say, guys, God bless. I thank you for watching my channel. You guys stay safe. And again, whatever it is you're using for self-defense. If it's non-lethal, a Burner HD launcher, practice with it. Make sure it's in good condition. Make sure it's working before you actually need it. If it's a firearm, the same thing. Practice. Make sure it's in good working condition. Make sure it's going to work for the most part when you need it. On that note, I want to thank you guys again for watching. This is Red Zone 101. You guys be safe out there. Peace.